Hey, welcome to The Book and His Boss. I'm Pat Caputo, sports columnist for the Oakland Press. This is my boss, Jeff Kuhn, and hey, we both got haircuts for today's shooting. I think your haircut's a little bit better than mine, Jeff.
I went to Great Clips, you know, that $8-9 haircut place. Right there.
Yeah, well, looking good, man. I went to the barber pole where my nephew cut my hair. But anyway, here we are, and Jim Leyland kind of had a week where it was obvious he kind of blew his stack about this whole thing with not getting a contract extension. I think it's not over yet. I think he may have sealed his fate here. But it's possible that he could get fired.
First of all, we got to give you credit for a great week of predictions. You wrote a column saying do it before Leyland blows his stack, which Leyland blew his stack. He also said Michigan would beat Wisconsin last week, which if you saw the first half of that game.
I picked the Lions to win 8 games, though. And they might in the next 5 years.
Don't forget, I said 9.
9? Well, they might in the next 6 years.
Yeah, they're going to come on strong.
Yeah, I'm not, predictions, I never talk smack when I get them right, because I'm wrong so often. But this whole thing with Leyland's taking on kind of a life of its own. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, I think they should give him the extension. And now I think they should fire him because he's kind of gone out. But they can't leave him just with 2009 like that.
Why not? Why not? Why not base his next contract on performance for the next year? Because this year, Pat, there are a lot of people that I heard from who weren't happy with pitching changes, and the guy's doing well in the 8th inning. Leave him in. Let him pitch the 9th.
Because the first thing that's going to happen when they have like any kind of off-season thing, Jim Hawkins will go there and ask him about it. Jim Hawkins, who's our great baseball writer, go to spring training. First thing he'll do is ask him about it. That's all Jim Hawkins, what do you write? You'll write columns about Jim Leyland not getting a contract extension and blowing us. That's what's all it's going to be the issue in the media.
This team spent $138 million this past year and finished last. And you want to reward a guy?
Well, I don't know if it's called rewarding him. Yeah, he was part of the problem, but there was an unbalanced roster, and they almost made it unfair for him by giving him that $138 million price tag with a team that probably was a $38 million. Right. Certainly the pitching staff was awful. Right. What was he choosing before? People said he didn't manage his pitching staff. Well, how could you manage it? You got a choice between arsenic and cyanide. Everything was suicide no matter what way he turned. So I don't know. I know this. If you have a team with a lot of multi-year contracts, a veteran team like that has security in the clubhouse, and the manager's a lame duck, it's not going to happen for him. He knows that if they start out 12-18 next year, the first thing they'll do is fire him. And he can't put his foot down. He can't do anything. The players will just say he's not going to be here. That's my point about it.
It's a good point, but I also feel that there's a point to be made for, look, it's performance-based business. This year they weren't they weren't good. And so why not say, look, like everybody else, your butt's on the line next year. Go out and perform, and the contract will be there.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Jeff, basically as long as we've known sports exist, I mean literally, and we've both been around for a while in the business, the Michigan-Ohio State game at the end of the year is always the big game. Let me ask you something. Do you think it'll be the Michigan-Ohio State game this year, or do you think it'll be the Michigan State-Penn State game this year in Happy Valley?
Good point. I just can't see it being the Michigan-Ohio State game this year. I mean, it's hands down who's going to win that game already. And, if Michigan just survives and gets to a bowl, that's a season that to build on this year. But, the way Michigan State's playing, it's, again, as we talked about last week, give the ball to Ringer and try to stop them. And nobody can so far. I really think they're solid. It's going to be great to see them go make that stretch run.
Well, they have this invention. You and I were both at the Michigan game on Saturday. But they have this thing called TiVo, and I happened to go home and watch the game, Michigan State game. There was a 98-yard pass called back that was actually a safety that turned the tide of that game. Indiana was just running at will on Michigan State's defense.
And the starting quarterback went down in the first quarter.
Right, true. And Michigan State was fortunate in a way to win that game. It wasn't an impressive victory in a certain way against a team that lost to Ball State the week before. And looking at it, Michigan's defense held them in that game. And Michigan's defense seems to me to be clearly superior to Michigan State's defense.
Right.
I know a lot of Spartan people are mad at me right now for not like saying Michigan State's going to be great and everything, and Michigan's going to be awful. But I honestly feel that Michigan's defense gives them an edge and may make them be as successful or more successful than Michigan State ultimately.
No, I like taking the high road here and saying State's gonna just kick the crap out of Michigan this year. You know, kind of.
Oh, did you get that? Print that. Print that. Jim Martinez, the real American Idol. Print that.
The high road here and saying State's gonna just kick the crap out of Michigan this year. State's gonna just kick the crap out of Michigan this year. State's gonna just kick the crap out of Michigan this year. State's gonna just kick the crap out of Michigan this year.
Real American Idol. Print that.
But you know I'm neutral. I didn't go to either school, all right?
Oh, you're a Michigan guy. He loves Michigan. That's why he's got his Mays dress shirt on.
Yeah, right.
I got the neutral shirt on today. No college in the country wears this shirt. Well, Central Florida does. Kevin Smith's alma mater. But anyway, that's kind of how it works. Lions Sunday, good or bad if they win. Because I think they should start thinking about playing Stanton at quarterback. And I don't think that'll happen until they lose.
It's already been good. Millen's gone. So, I mean, what are the expectations for the rest of you? Just get through the year, reevaluate things, get a new management team in there to make some quality draft picks. But it's already good. Where they go from here is kind of great. But I agree with you. It's time to see if there's a quarterback in Stanton and getting the ball out to the wideouts, which has been an exciting adventure so far.
Hey, don't forget to check out miprepzone.com for the best in high school coverage. I mean, it's all there all the time. This is a very special thing we're doing, and we're going to be building on it. And don't forget to check out our blogs at theoaklandpress.com and at micentral.com. From Jim Hawkins, our baseball writer, Paula Pash, our Big Ten writer, Dana Garuda, our Piston writer, and for Bruce McLeod, who covers the Red Wings. Dave Pemberton does a terrific high school one. Keith, and we got Cosmo. Cosmo, don't forget to check out him. So, and the print edition of the Oakland Press. Till next week, we'll see you. He's Jeff Kuhn, the sports editor. I'm Pat Caputo, the sports columnist. Take care.